Brother Eddie was along when the Lord gave me the vision about the bear and the caribou. How many remembers that when I told you? All right. He was there. He was a young fellow, had on the checkered shirt. Brother Eddie Biscoe. And he stood there where, and I asked them if they had a checkered shirt. Any of them? Nope, no one had it. I said, well, it's got to be a checkered shirt. It's going to be a big silvertip grizzly and some kind of an animal. It's got 42 inches over its horns, like this. Looked like a deer. And that was about 6 months, I said, before it happened. Long about this, earlier in this year. Then I was invited up there to this man to go hunting. I'd never been back in that country, back there where we went. And I said it that the little trailer, that's way up on the Alaskan highway where there's nothing but woods and mountains and animals. And that night at the trailer, when I was telling Brother Biscoe back there and Brother Southwick, he said, well, we're going up in sheep country. He said, it won't be up there. And I said, yes. And I said, it was one of the little fellows who was with me had a checkered shirt on. Nobody had a checkered shirt. Brother Biscoe didn't have one. None of the rest of us had one. Second night up, we'd seen spotted ram way up above timberline. Now that's way up where timber don't even grow, where there's nothing but caribou and sheep. And we'd spotted some way away, and on the road down that afternoon, Brother Biscoe had stumbled into some water, gotten wet. The next morning we got up early and started after the rams that we thought we were going to get. And we got up there and we had eaten our dinner and we couldn't find the rams, and Brother Biscoe had just shot a caribou. So then I was looking around and we went up. Brother Southwick said to me, he said, I believe if you want to walk right good, Brother Brandon, we'll go over this mountain down that draw them rams might have went over there, which is a long walk. But it don't get dark, maybe real late, 10 or 11 o'clock sometimes. It's a good long walk on them Rocky Mountains, so I like to walk. And so we stand there with our arms around one another, both of our beards turning gray, with our arms around each other, crying and knowing. I said, Brother Bud, I hope someday in the millennium I can walk all them mountains there. He said, I hope I'm with you, Brother Brandon. And we stand there just rejoicing in the Lord. And I love the mountains so well. And then we went down. That's when Brother Biscoe there shot the caribou. That he's a missionary to the Indians, and he wanted to feed this to his Indians. So we went down, ate our dinner, dressed the caribou out, come back. Brother and I were going up across the mountain, and when we happened to look over, and in a distance with my glasses, I spotted this animal that I saw just in the panoramic, like I told you here. Brother Biscoe there standing right by our side. And so I said, there is that animal. And he put the glass on and said, it's a great big old mammoth bull caribou. I said, I never seen it. I thought they had panel horns, but this one had spikes. He was an odd looking fella, just like I saw in the vision. I never shot caribou before. So, well, he said, if the Lord's give him to you, I said, yes, that's bound to be it. The only thing I'm wondering about is that checkered shirt. And I looked around at Brother Eddie. His wife must have put it, she's there with him, must have put it in his duffel bag. When he got wet the day before, he changed shirts, and there was his checkered shirt. I said, this is it. When I got over and got the caribou, Bud said to me, he said, now, Brother Branham, you say these horns are 42 inches? I said, that's what they'll be. He said, looked to me like about 92. I said, no, they're 42 inches. He said, now, according to what you told me, before we get back to that boy down there with the checkered shirt on, Eddie, where they's going to meet us down below the mountain, a couple of miles, said, you're going to kill a grizzly bear. I said, that's thus saith the Lord. Amen. He said, Brother Branham, where is he coming from? I can see for 50 miles around. I said, he's still Jehovah Jireh. The Lord can provide for himself. He can make squirrels come into existence. He can make a ram come into existence. If he has spoken about a bear can come into existence. Us trying to pack this heavy caribou down the trophy down the mountain, and I'd pack the rifle part of the time, and then he'd pack the rifle, and vice versa. And when we got almost to a big glacier, why we got under there, it's kind of hot. We get in the glacier of ice and sit down there a while to cool off. He said, you know, Brother Bram, we're not over about a mile from where Eddie and Blaine, them two boys, be standing. That old bear better be showing up. I said, Bud, I believe you're doubting it. He said, Brother Branham, my brother had epileptic fits for so many years. And you told me once, the first time up here when we went down to another place, told me what that boy looked like, and Eddie was riding right by my side there on a horse when the Lord gave the vision. I told him what to do with the boy. Fits stopped. And he said, I can't doubt it. I said, Bud, I don't know where the bear is coming from. I was about 50, I'm 55 now, so that's been about 3 years ago. I was about 52 or 53. I said, I've never seen it fail. God will give me that grizzly bear before I get to them boys. It was almost down to where the small spruce and timber started in. A little lower down the hill was almost into the timber. He sat down, he was once packing the trophy, then I had the rifle. And he said, that old bear better be showing up at me. I said, he'll be there, don't you worry. He said, I can see every hill. I said, but I see the promise. He promised. I said, however, what he said, Bud, what is that sitting right there? He thought, that's a big Silvertip grizzly. So that's him. When we got the grizzly and come back, I remember in the vision I told you I was scared about the rifle. It's a little bitty 270 small bullets. You see, it's on tape. I got the bear just about 500 yards, like it said. Bud said, you better shoot that bear in the back. He said, you ever shoot a grizzly before? I said, nope. He said, oh, they don't know what death is. I learned that a little later. So he said, they don't break up from shock. Said, you better shoot him. I said, according to the vision, I shot in the heart. He said, well, that vision said so, I'm going to stand by. And I said, here we go. And we got a little closer. When I raised up, the bear saw me. That was what he wanted, to make a charge. And I shot the bear. It didn't seem like it even hurt him. Here he comes. And before I get another bullet in the gun, the bear died about 50 yards from me. Blood was white around the mouth. He said, Brother Branham, I didn't want him on my lap. I said, I didn't either. He said, I'm glad that vision said you got him. He said, now if them horns are 42 inches, I'm going to have I'll say it the way he did, I'm going to have a screaming fit. I said, well, you just have it right now, because that's what it's going to be. When we got down to Brother Eddie, I said to Brother Eddie, we tied the horses off. They're scared of a bear. Oh my, they had to smell it. We couldn't skin him out, it was too late. Had to come back the next day. And then we broke up the string about 10 times and horses running everywhere. So then when we got down there, he said, went and got the tape measure out of his saddlebag. Said, Blaine, I said to Brother Eddie, I said, watch that little hand now. I thought it might have been Billy Paul, little bitty hand, hold the tape measure around the horn. I said, watch that little hand. Punched Brother Eddie. We stepped back. He put it right up like that. Exactly on the nose, 42 inches. See, just exactly. Jesus never fails. Amen. That word will never fail as long as it comes from God.
The main thing is this caribou. Excuse me, let me get over here close to it, I'll show you. A lot of people think that the 42 inches are measured across the top. That's not the way they measure animals. The measurement is taken from the base of the horn up around to this front point here. And that's where it measures 42 inches. And it still measures it today. I just had it out of the tape measure.